in the past 100 years or so, we've been kind of basing our practice a little bit on theory and philosophy. And now in the past 2 decades, we've been learning so much about the brain thanks to neuroscientists, cognitive psychologists, educational researchers. So we're really trying to embrace what these experts are saying. And we're trying to utilize all this information in helping us create effective strategies that have a high impact on learning, memory, motivation, and achievement. But ultimately, it's teaching the young kiddos how important it is for them to learn their brain and how important it is for them to understand that they are the ultimate brain changers and that they have a huge impact on how they are going to learn and how they are going to grow as human beings. Really what we're intending to do is kind of bridge 2 things. First is trying to really do a lot of research on brain-based learning and finding those high impact strategies and approaches that really match where the kids are at in their brain. So really taking a good look of how the brain works, how it learns, how it grows, and what kind of approaches teachers can take in order to maximize on their brains. The second thing we're really trying to do in Embrace with Saskatoon Public Schools is talking about growth mindset. And that's huge. So really the difference is between what a fixed mindset is and a growth mindset. And if children are embracing what a growth mindset looks like, then they feel confident, they feel empowered, they feel like they are in control of their learning. And if they have a quick understanding of what the physiology of the brain looks like, then they know, okay, I need to keep my amygdala calm if I want to be ready to learn. Or I need my prefrontal cortex ready during my math lesson. And how am I going to do that? So it's providing them with strategies and effective approaches that help the kiddos utilize in their brains in order for them to grow.
Yeah, I didn't really know too much about the brain until I got into this classroom, but I have learned a lot. Before, I never knew, there were 3 main parts of the brain, for your learning.
It's exciting to know because you get to learn stuff that other people didn't have a chance to learn.
It has been an amazing journey because we went from just kind of getting our toes wet to really embracing it, and the students are incredibly motivated, so we feed off of each other and they're just wanting more knowledge and more opportunities to grow their dendrites and learn from their mistakes and encourage each other. So it's been awesome, and it's continuing. It's not just, in the last couple of months. We planted the seed and then we're continuing to grow and learn, and the goal is for them to continue this way of learning for the rest of their life and the way they think about learning as well. I'm proud of them because they're seeing the bigger picture and they know what kind of control they have over their learning. So it's not just a matter of me making them learn, it's me fostering the opportunities and them, grabbing onto it and really then taking charge of their learning and making those connections themselves and looking at it as a bigger picture instead of just, in the classroom here. So it's wonderful. I've never taught this way before, and I can't imagine going back to kind of the old vision of education. This is new and this is motivating and it makes sense.
Dendrites are little connections in your brain that have memories that you learn. And in order to grow your dendrites, you need to practice and try harder and harder.
To be honest, it was actually quite informing to actually get to know what my body produces, to know what I can actually sense of what to expect, and just to learn more of how my dendrites can grow and know more of the stuff. And knowing about this actually made my dendrites grow, and I'm really proud.
I think we don't give credit enough to how much kids can learn. When I was teaching grade 1, I talked about the brain at the very beginning of September, and I talked about all the high vocabulary words. What is an amygdala? What is the prefrontal cortex? What is the cerebellum? And they embrace it and they understand it. They were going home talking to their parents about what dendrites are and why I need to grow these dendrites, Mom and Dad. So it's really important for us to understand that kids can embrace this type of language and they can really understand. And once they do understand, they feel so empowered and so confident that they come in every day and they say, you know what, if I make a mistake, that's actually a good thing because I'm starting to grow my brain. And I'm going to work a little bit harder and I'm going to ensure that I am going to be the person that I want to be. And that's the growth mindset bridged in with what neuroscience is telling us about what makes a successful person in the future.